Hello knitters, Faye Lynn from Strand Knitting Studio in San Clemente, California. And I have a couple classes and lots of yarns and actually lots of samples, so stay tuned. Up is I'm moving it because nobody had signed up yet for the classes this Saturday. We have so many new things for sweaters. I'm just going to bump it to the next Saturday, and you can pick any of the sweaters that I'm going to be showing you at the further along in this video. So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's like 5 different sweaters you can choose from. But with sweater classes, you'll need a gauge swatch. So you need to get in here and get your yarn so you can gauge it up, because we'll need a gauge swatch. And a gauge swatch means you're gonna cast on 30 stitches and you're gonna knit at least 3 to 4 inches. So it'll be 30 stitches wide, whatever, it doesn't matter what yarn it is, but 30 stitches wide and about 3 to 4 inches long. And the second thing you're bringing to class is a garment, a top, a sweater, t-shirt, doesn't matter what it actually is, but that it is fitting the way that you want this sweater that you're going to knit, that you want that sweater to fit. So we can get hard measurements off the sweater or the top and the garment, and not off your body wondering, oh, do you want it 1 inch bigger, 2 inches bigger, 3 inches bigger, 1 inch smaller? That's all guesswork. When we have a real top, a real garment to measure off of, those are hard measurements. You know exactly how it fits on your body, and that's what you want this one to do. So those are 2 things you need to bring to class, besides obviously yarn. All of these, we will have the patterns. These are from our yarn companies. So we will have the patterns for you. You don't have to get the patterns before you come to class, except that when you come in, get the pattern when you come in to get your yarn, so that you'll know what size needle you think you should be on, like, because they're different sweaters are going to be, they're very different needle sizes. So so when you come in, make sure you leave with the pattern, and that way you know what size needles that you're doing your gauge swatch on. And your gauge swatch is cast on 30. No matter what you're doing, just cast on 30. Make it easy. But knit for 3 or 4 inches. Okay, so that is on Saturday the 27th. Saturday the 27th from 12 to 2. Okay, the next class is Sunday the 28th, and it's another pillow class. It's an Intarsia class again, but this pillow is just so darn cute, I just had to do it anyways. This is actually a perfect beginning Intarsia because you only have one shape you're doing, so you're not carrying lots of different yarns in the back. Intarsia okay, so I gotta show you the pillow. This is so cute. It's this sheep pillow. How adorable is this? But that's not the best part. You flip it over. There's a sheep in the back too. So this turned out to be a 16 by 16, so I used a pillow form. And you have a little bit of embroidery too. But this is Intarsia. Anytime you have a large piece of different color and it's a block of different color compared to your background, you can't carry yarns. You have to like go till here, you're gonna drop the gray yarn, you're gonna pick up the white yarn, you go to here. Then you come back, drop the white yarn, pick up the gray yarn, come back this way. So you're going back and forth and you're changing actual skeins. And up here, you actually end up with a gray, a white, and a gray for a while, for a little bit. So, and this one you do a lot of gray, white, gray, gray, white, gray. But these are perfect because you're not changing colors a lot. Like you have a lot of a color. It's not like you just have 1 or 2 stitches of a color and then you have to change it again. So this is a perfect beginning Intarsia. This worked up really fast. I'm using our chunky, our big wool merino, which is the softest. It doesn't even feel like wool. It feels like it's just amazing. So we have it in lots of colors. Now, this is a great pillow for a child, you know, a nursery, a child, a baby, whatever, and you can do other colors beside, you know, in the background. And if you look at the projects on Ravelry, you'll see that there's tons of different background colors. So blues, a green, a pink, you know, and I actually think if you did it in a really deep red color, and then it can actually be a Christmas pillow too, because the Lamb of God, it works. and it would look beautiful in a dark red color or a dark green color. So anyways, and then you have a little bit of embroidery to do on the eyes and stuff. It's just so much fun. So this was done on a 10.5. You knit the front, you knit 2, a front, a top, and a bottom. and then you sew it. I crocheted it together. So I actually think the sewing just didn't look good. The crochet was much better. So I crocheted it. Simple crochet. You could learn to crochet enough to do this, to connect your sides. And then I had pillow form. So that class is on the 28th, which is a week from Sunday, from 12 to 2. And yeah, you don't need to gauge this. It doesn't matter. You're on a 10, and I was on a 10.5 using this yarn. Now you can make it smaller, obviously. Again, the yarn and the needles will dictate the size of the pillow. And so if you want a smaller pillow, you could do a DK weight yarn on a size 7 needle, and it would be substantially smaller. I can't tell you what smaller it would be, but it'll be substantially smaller. So you can deal with the size 2 if you don't want a full 16 by 16 pillow. So that class is on the 28th from 10 to 12. Okay, yarn. Okay, I'm going to talk about the yarn I talked about last week just because I'll review it and get it over with because I got to go into the other stuff. So this is the Promesa. I think it's Promesa. And this is the sweater I showed you last time that we have actually in the store. And this is we've had a few people knitting with it. Now, this is a great yarn. It is that t-shirt material sort of feel to it. It's a cotton and it's got a little bit of polyamide, which is the stitching in the material, in the yarn. So, but it is just, it's just soft and squishy and wonderful. It's a worsted weight yarn. So we have that, and then we have other patterns that have come now. We don't have samples, but we have patterns. So I have pullover number 9, which I'll put up here. And this is knit bottom to top, but when you go up to where the sleeves are, you cast on the sleeves, you're knitting the sleeves and cast them on. So you're not sewing on sleeves, you're just casting on sleeves. And yeah, so you're in the round, casting on sleeves, and yeah, doing all sorts of stuff like that. And then this one is number 13, and this one is the same thing. No, this is side to side. So you're actually going to cast on the sleeve, and you're going to work this way, and then you'll do the body and cast on stitches for the body, then you cast off stitches and go back to the sleeve. We have another sweater, I'll put a picture of it. I can't remember. I'm going to say Mayflower, but I don't think that's right. Cardigan that does the same thing, starts with the sleeve and you work across. And so that's what this does. And I'll show here, even though I've already showed it up there. So that's that one. And then we have this shell. And it is, now this is probably the hardest, the actual knitting of it isn't that hard, but it's got a chart. So you got to deal with the chart. But this is one of the a little bit more advanced, and the other ones are much simpler. And so this one you're dealing with a chart, but you have cables along the sides. You're knitting in the round all the way up till you hit the sleeves. And then you have this drop stitch pattern that comes out, which means you're just wrapping the yarn, I think probably twice. And then when you knit it, you drop out half the stitch and you end up with an elongated stitch. So it's not hard. And so since it's the cable part that you'll be watching the chart on, and I can totally show you how to do that. So you'll color code things, and that helps make it a lot easier. So those are the others. So we have 4 tops, 1 sample, but 4 patterns. We actually have a 5th pattern that is just a simple pullover. I'm just with this one right here. And you're knitting, this one has some increasing, they're calling it full fashion increases up at the top. If you'll notice the schematic, how it goes out a little bit. So it's going out a little bit for the bust area. And this is just knitting 4 pieces and sewing them together. It's drop sleeve, and you can obviously color code this or not, or stripe it, or do whatever you want with it. So that's our Promesa yarn. Okay, the next yarn we have is, the cotton silk tweed. I love this yarn. This is worsted. I showed you the pink one, said it was coming in a couple weeks ago. It's in. Our sample's in. Here's the sample. And this is super soft, super lovely. The sample feels great. These are just, cotton silk, what's there to not love, right? This is a sport weight, and it's 90% cotton, 10% silk. And the sweater takes, this is a medium sweater, and it will take 3 colors of the 3 skeins of the main and 1 of the contrast. I do not have the sizing for the other ones because all we have is the medium pattern printed out. So it doesn't tell me what all the different sizes are. But 3 to 1, so that's 4 skeins. So the small is probably the same. The large may have another skein, you know, like 4 and 1 or something. So this is the cotton silk tweed. It would make any beautiful sport weight top for the summer. It's just a lovely, lovely yarn. Okay, the next sweater is mixing up 2 colors, 2 yarns that we have. So the Diversa, which is the smaller one, and then the, what was this called? Mosaico, which is obviously the colored one. And they use 3 different colorways. I like this better than their choice, but so this, I would just change this bottom, oh, we got it. Yeah, I would just change the bottom myself. So this is what they did. So you do the top, and then you have the bottom is, and the middle is just the Mosaico, and then you color block the bottom of the sleeve and the thing. So you can color block both with the same colors, top and bottom be the same, or again, as I said, you could go ahead and do all 3 colors. My pick for this yarn would be that. There's other picks you can do too, because there's probably a pinky one or a purpley one. But anyways, that's really pretty. So this is a basic, I do not have the pattern for this, but I'm assuming, yeah, it's all 4 pieces. So this is just your basic sweater where you got a front, a back, and sleeves. And yeah, and you will be seaming up the sides, it looks like. So that's that sweater. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 6 sweaters. Is that it? That's 6 sweaters. So that's 6 sweaters to choose from using our 1, 2, 3, 4 different yarns. 4 different yarns that we've got in store right now. And they're wonderful yarns. You can pick other sweaters. You don't have to pick these sweaters. You can pick any sweater you want and come to a sweater class. Again, I'm just starting you in the sweater class. That's all, you know, that's all we can really do is just get you started in the right track and get you going. And then if you have issues, you know, along the way, you just come to a workshop. Workshops are $15 for 2 hours. So, you know, just come to a workshop and then I can help you move forward on your sweater. So that's it for the sweaters. I think that's it for everything. Shell top. Yep. That's it. And so, so that's it. And come in and see all our new stuff and make a beautiful summer top of some sort, because this yarn's amazing. All of it. The t-shirty one and the cotton tweed one is just, they're all amazing. The Mosaico is really, they're just all really good yarns. You can't go wrong. You can make several tops. So anyways, come in, touch, feel, try on, and I hope to see you in the studio real soon. Bye.